Jigs for pike, probably one of the easiest to fish with and most productive lures in summer when the fish are deep. And this is just a little trick that I use for rigging one of the best jig styles you can fish, which is basically just a large, that's about 5-inch paddle tail swim bait. These are popular for all kinds of fish, and with how most people rig them is taking the jig head or the Texas hook or whatever and putting it out through the back of the lure. And there's nothing wrong with that. What I do is I flip the lure on its side. So we're like this, and I pop the hook point out through the flank of the lure, through the flat side. That does two things. Number one is it really gives that lure a lot of glide when it sinks and falls, and with baits like this, that's exactly how you catch these fish, is you bomb this thing out and you let it fall all the way to the bottom, and that thumping, gliding fall is what triggers those fish to come over. And the number two reason why I do that is because when you flip that bait on its side, from being on its back to on its side, that tail all of a sudden is fighting a lot more water. Instead of coming through streamlined the way it's supposed to and the way it's designed, you flip it on its side, that tail is now at a completely different, instead of being parallel with the bottom, it's like that. It catches a lot more water, flutters a lot more, and hammers a lot more. And this is a vibration technique. So anything I can do to make that lure glide or pound harder calls those pike over, and hooking percentage with a lure like a jig is great, and you'll catch them. Fishing these big jigs or these big paddle tails or big pike jigs in the summer is pretty uncomplicated. The first thing that you have to do is let the lure hit the bottom. We're fishing in the narrows here in about 22, 23 feet of water, and I'm not going to make a crazy long cast. I'm just going to get the bait out, and I'm going to throw a little bit of a bow on my line, and I'm going to feel and watch that bow on the line while that lure sinks. It has to hit bottom to start. Okay, thump, there, we're on bottom. All I'm going to do is pop it up. Follow it back down, let that tail do its work. This is a 1 ounce jig head, so it pulls that lure fast and it makes a lot of vibration. I'll pick it up again, reel in my slack, bang, hits the bottom, pop it up again, and those hops or those pops are about 3 to 4 feet off of the bottom. And the trigger is twofold. Is number one is that lure jumping up, and then bang, pounding down into the rocks. This is a rock sand mix here. We got some weeds. And I'll do that all the way back to the boat. And when I get to the boat, I'll just slow roll it back up and start again.